Okay, welcome to our first team call of the year. Today is Tuesday, January 4th, and it is my 9-year coach anniversary. You guys knew that, but I had to say that for the recording. Okay, welcome new coaches. My name is Megan Ewaldson. I'm probably your grandma coach or great grandma coach or somewhere in the upline there. And I just want to start by saying, like, you're joining at a really good time. I know a lot of you have probably signed up, like are new, or maybe you're on this call because you need a little like refresher. You've been a coach a while, just to get your wheels turning again. But like the new year is always, I mean, you guys know what it's like to go into a new year and you have this like energy and motivation. We have this new Job One program that is like saving my life, by the way. Like, I don't have time for anything else but 20 minutes a day to work out right now, and it's super effective. And like I've been talking to a lot of people about it, and we just have this amazing tool to go forward in the year. Just helping people and helping ourselves live healthy and fulfilling lives. And I want to say also, the more you plug in to this community and this team, the more energy you're going to have. I don't know what I would do without like Melissa in the team page every day posting her, little wins and her tracker. And I'm just like, I see that and I'm like, it makes me want to participate and join the community. And it also makes me want to get to work, not only on the business, but the fitness. I see her, you are the first one that pops up in my feed on Instagram every morning. You've already walked your dog in your pajamas, and I'm just like, I've got to, I got to get on it. So, this team will do so much more for you if you plug in. It's not just about business, it's about community and, bettering ourselves and holding ourselves accountable to our health and fitness. And when we do that, when we focus on that, it rubs off on other people and your business will grow. So plug in. Okay. So I like to start these calls. Hold on one second. I like to talk about social media first, because that's like the core of what we do. If you want your business to work, these days you're probably going to have to, oh my gosh, y'all, look at all these shoes I got put away. You see all those shoes? I got distracted. If you want your business to work, you've got to get on social media. And I know it sounds scary, and a lot of us, it might be new to some of y'all, but first and foremost, all of this, like social media, inviting, the coach online office, ranking up, learning the compensation plan, you just have to dive in. Like, you can't like get ready with all this stuff. You just have to like jump in, get your feet wet. You will learn it along the way, I promise. Just hit post, just send the message, just do the invite. You will learn it and you'll get better as you go. Okay. Social media. Let's think about our content for a second. I love content, and it's kind of ironic I say that because I had nothing to post today, which is okay. I do my part in the posting. I think I could take one day off. But a lot of the time when I talk to new coaches, they're like, I'm not that exciting. I don't have a lot to post. I don't have any hobbies. Don't compare to everyone else's feeds, because you do have something special, because you are going to relate. A lot of people are going to relate to you, your life, your job, anything you're going through. Like, I remember my business absolutely blew up when I got pregnant with my son. Before I was doing really well with coaching, but I was trying to be this like fitness superstar. You know what I mean? And we got pregnant with Abe, and I remember freaking out for a minute. I'm like, oh my gosh, know if anybody's going to take me seriously. Now I have to go kind of backwards in my fitness, and here it goes, so I kept going, I kept posting, kept inviting, and like, I started to attract all these mamas, all these women who were thinking about getting pregnant, who were pregnant, who, were in some kind of motherhood stage. And they were watching me. They wanted to know what I was going to be doing, what I was going to be eating, what workout plan I was going to do, what I was going to do after my C-section. Just the fact I had a C-section, what was the plan after that? Like, they were watching every step because it was so relatable. So just post. And a few things you can think about, just sit down and write down maybe like 5 topics in your life of things that you really enjoy. Health and fitness has to be one of them, or you could break those up, maybe nutrition and fitness. So dedicate 2 days, fitness, nutrition, but everything else should be like a storybook of you and your personality and your family and your life and what you enjoy doing, what you want to do. Like, tell the story, and add the value. I add value through humor and quirkiness. And for a long time, I doubted that. I was kind of afraid to be my authentic self because I'm like, I get a little sidetracked with I love fashion and stuff like that, but I really like expressing myself with humor. And go figure, I just hit post on a silly post one day. It was, when TikTok started being a thing and reels and stuff like that. And that's my niche. That's what people come to see me do, is act silly. And believe it or not, I do grow my business off of silly videos, because every time I post it, I'm engaging in the comments with these people. I'm engaging in the people watching my stories. I really engage there because I feel like the people that watch your stories are like your people. You know what I mean? They've taken the extra step to check out your stories. So, I'm messaging them, just starting a conversation, or a lot of the time they will just start a conversation with me. Like, oh my God, that's so funny. I love your big head video. They'll tell me something about their life and I'll keep it rolling from there. I'm always keeping conversations rolling. I'm getting a little off topic of the content, but this is also something I have a hard time teaching, really, content and inviting and conversations, because I think it should be as organic and genuine as much as possible. I think a lot of, there's a stigma around network marketing. And I really, truly think that we have the power to dissolve that completely. Number one, we have a product that is absolutely incredible. You guys know that. I mean, health and fitness is something that people need, like leggings are cool. Nail stickers are cool. Skincare is cool, but like health and fitness is like, you need that, physically, mentally, the benefits exercise has. Like, think about that the next time you're afraid to hit post on something you think is silly, or you're afraid to share your transformation, or you're afraid to message or invite somebody. Like, you are the missing piece of the puzzle. You're going to connect that person with something that can absolutely change their life. So don't be afraid. So does anyone have a question about content before I move on? I think to get the most out of a new Coach Get Started Right call, we should ask a lot of questions. Also, I could ramble all night, so it'll kind of break it up a little bit. Yes, people want to connect with real people. Don't be afraid to be yourself online. Nicole is like crushing this lately. I usually do a morning mimosas call on Wednesday, but I've been moving and it's been crazy. But Nicole has shared a lot of her conversations recently, and it's true. Like, if you just break that barrier.
Don't let her out yet. She tried to eat him.
you'll see that, people sometimes are like waiting for you to message them, and that a conversation doesn't have to be scary. If there's no questions on your content itself, then I can go ahead and move on to the conversations. Qualification for, yeah, I'm going to get to Success Club and Emerald. That's going to be the last two topics we talk about. I should have gave you an outline before I started jabbering. I'm going to talk about social media, inviting, Emerald, and Success Club. Okay, so inviting, where should I start on this? So you're posting this content and you want to be really consistent with your content. I try to post, Instagram's a very, they like video. Actually, Instagram likes you to use all their features, especially Reels. And Reels is, as we probably all know, is what's really expanding our network and getting more people to pay attention to follow you on Instagram lately. I think Facebook has Reels now too, but I don't really understand them yet. So, stay consistent with your content. The more Reels, the more videos you can post, the better. Try to use the trending sounds so that it relates to something motivational, inspirational, or, like I try to take trending sounds and relate it to motherhood, because I know a big part of my following is moms, parents. I have trouble thinking of what to do for Reels. Part of that is, I learned this in art school. I did learn something in school. The more you study, like, well, this isn't mind-blowing at all, but like they tell you in art school to look at magazines, go to museums, like really train your eye to different styles and see what you're drawn to. And you really start to like blossom in your creativity. So I will take a couple minutes in the morning and I'll do the scroll. I think TikTok's videos are better. I don't know. That's not true. I run into some on TikTok, some on Reels. And I'll just start saving either sounds I like, or so if someone has an idea or a concept that I like some topic of motherhood, sometimes I'll match that concept to a different sound. Like if I hear something I like better, I don't know if that makes sense, but it will click with you. Just start saving everything. And then you'll have a library of things to go through. Like, let's say you map out your week, Monday through Sunday, of your topics like fitness, family, health, or a recipe, how-to tutorial, so on and so forth. Then you have all these sounds in your library, maybe trending ones that you can use that will help you gain exposure because you're going to use them and you're adding value to your audience. And it really does take time to figure out, like Brooke's saying in the chat, your niche or niche, however you say that word. And I agree. Like, I didn't really get my groove on Instagram until early 2020, when I started using like humor in my posts, and really connecting with my audience in that way. And you will find it. Again, like I said, the more you do this, the more you commit to showing up every day, the better you get, and you'll start to discover like your groove. Do you pay attention to trending Reel sounds? Oh, is that a question for me? I do, but I don't like research it, because whatever's trending pops up right in the, when you go to Reels. If it has a little arrow that like points this way next to it to the left, that means it's trending. And so I just try to use like one or two of those a week. If I can use a trending sound in all my Reels for the week, that's a bonus. But sometimes I just want to put like the Rolling Stones, just a hair tutorial or whatever, which is good because there's content I put out. In fact, I have my son narrate my fitness posts for the week, Abe Weighs In. And those posts don't get a lot of new people in. But what those posts do is they capture the hearts of the people that have been following me since Abe was a baby. And, you know, those are the people that I want on my team because they feel like family. They know me, they watched Abe grow up, they're laughing at his Abe Weighs In. And it's a good creative way for me to incorporate fitness and Beachbody and what workout I'm doing without being in your face, like, you know, Beachbody is so awesome, which it is. And, you know, we know that, but we got to like ease people into it. You know what I mean? So it's just a really, I don't know if subliminal is the right word for it, way to incorporate fitness. I got so cute. Okay. So conversations, if you are not having continuous conversations with people on social media every single day, and I know that sounds like a lot, but it's not, then your business won't work. End of story, period. It won't work. If you are not talking to people, people are not seeing your content, you're not, you know, gaining the, what is going on downstairs? Let me shut my door. Hey, y'all keep it down. Okay. This is my first glass, I swear. If you're not having conversations, people aren't seeing your posts. And then sometimes if like I post an invite in a story or something on my feed, do you know who the first people are to see it? It's the people I've been talking to in my DMs. So sometimes my posts and my stories do the work for me because I am that first bubble that pops up on every single person's feed that I'm talking to. So, you know, if I have 20 conversations going with so-and-so about, you know, skincare, or like I signed up a lady that's, well, I've signed up a couple of people where the conversation has started with skincare and it ended up, you know, joining my team or a challenge pack because they saw what I was doing in my stories and they asked about my workout. So like, isn't that great when the work is done for you and you don't even have to like ask the question? That only happens when you're talking to people. And I'm not saying that you have to reach out to people every day and be like, hey girl, I'm running a challenge group. Just wanted to see if you wanted to join. Here's the price, blah, blah, blah. You're every single network marketer there's ever been. You know, like get out there and make friends. That's what I think about every day when I go have conversations with people. Here I am, you guys. Good morning. It's me, Megan, and I'm here to make a lot of friends on Instagram. And you know, it works out because they either see posts that I'm doing, they ask about it, or it's not so awkward when I follow up with them 3 days later, a week later, and I say, hey, you know what? We've really connected and I've really enjoyed our conversation. Have you ever thought about joining my team? You know, we get together a couple times a year. It's really fun. It's always really positive, uplifting, centered around fitness. I just like, you're a perfect match. I just couldn't help but think about you. It's not awkward because we're friends, you know, like that's something I would ask a friend in real life. It's, you know, a cold message, it's awkward. It's like, hold on, time out. Who are you? And like one time, one of the leggings girls, who I will remain unnamed for the company. She sent me like link after link after link of leggings without even like, she sent me this pair of yellow leggings. She's like, girl, this would look so good on you. And I responded, I was like, I don't wear yellow. But you didn't know that because you didn't take any time to get to know me. And, you know, like that sounds mean, but really, you know what I mean? Like get to know your people. and slow down for a minute and just like talk, just laugh, just enjoy the conversation. Write the names down, make a little note of, like where you left off on the conversation, the date you left off, so that you go back, follow up, continue the conversation. And eventually, when things are comfortable, ask the question, hey, I'm running a challenge group this month. It involves this new program I'm doing, only 20 minutes a day. I know we're all super busy this time of the year. I don't know if you've seen it in my stories. I couldn't help but think about you because we were talking about X, Y, and Z the other day. Or I couldn't help but think about you because I've had a lot of fun talking to you, and you're just somebody I would love to see in my group. Is this something you would consider, or do you know anybody that has any interest in a program like this? So on and so forth. Like, when the connection is there, when the relationship is there, I promise you, like probably 9 times out of 10, maybe not that much, 7 to 9 times out of 10, they say yes. Or they come back later, because you know why? Because you're being consistent in your posts. They remember the conversation from before, and you're constantly relevant in their feed because they're still following you and you're still following up. And guess what? They come back a year later. Trying to remember, is Brooke on this call? She's probably not. Anderson. I'm pretty sure she followed me for a long time. Lori, didn't you follow me for a while? A bunch of y'all followed me like a good long time before you actually signed up. I mean, I didn't sign up for 2 years. I was asked to coach for 2 years, and I kept saying no until one day I was like, you know what? I've watched enough people. My upline said the right thing to me, and here I am 9 years later. Okay. So does anyone have any questions about inviting? I really want to focus. I think my word of the year for my business is, well, I have 2, community and organic. And that sounds a little hippie of me, but like organic, because it should be such a natural process. Like, let's change the stigma of network marketing, because what we do is we make friends and we help our friends with their health and fitness. And it doesn't need to be scary. Like, that's not scary. Cold messaging is scary as you know what. Yes. Constance followed me for a year and a half, and then she signed up last year. So they're watching. Okay. The last part I talk about, I don't like to overwhelm y'all with the compensation plan as new coaches, because you need to know 2 things. These are the 2 things I have focused on for 9 years. I took a little bit of a rest in 2017, but we won't talk about that year. Going Emerald, adding 2 people to your team every month, and hitting Success Club. So you're helping at least 3 people every month with a total body solution. Being a 15-star diamond and being an Emerald coach, the activity, the things that you do are no different from each other. It's just, as a 15-star diamond, you 10x it. And you'll get there, but you got to start with the basic. When you are an Emerald coach, meaning you sign 2 people, 2 coaches, or now you can sign a coach and a preferred customer, or 2 preferred customers. But go out there and find some coaches, because you want some people to run with, because it's more fun to run a business with your friends. Then you open what's called a team cycle bonus earning opportunity. Now we earn the 25% commission off of retail, which is great. But if you're in this to run a business, and you want a sustainable income out of your Beachbody business, then you want the team cycle bonus, because what that does is gives you the potential to earn off of the productivity of your team. And it's not just your personally sponsored coaches and your preferred customers, it's the entire team. Anybody that's generating volume below you. So your coaches and their coaches, you know, all the customers they're sending through their business centers, your coaches, and so on and so forth. The coaches that your grandma adds beneath you, that your mama coach adds beneath you. We are all contributing to the team cycle bonus, but you can't be a part of it unless you have signed 2 people onto your team and they are active, meaning they have at least 50 volume points of product, you know, going out every 6 weeks. If you're on Shakeology, you don't have to worry about that. And how that comes into play, how the payout comes into play is every time the stronger of your 2 legs hits 200 volume, or wait, that's, yeah, 200 volume points. And every time the weaker of your 2 legs hits 100 volume points, you cycle 1 time. And as an Emerald coach, you get $14 per cycle, which does not seem like a lot. But let's see, I hit 6 figures my second year as a coach. I'm trying to think where my volume was as a 5-star diamond. I think one leg was probably around like 8,000 something, and the other leg was pretty close to that. Like my legs, I built my organization and they were like neck and neck for a while. So I don't know how many times that 2-to-1 ratio goes into 8,000, between 6 and 8,000. But every time that 2-to-1 ratio would happen at the end of the bonus week, which is Thursday, every Thursday we get paid, I would get $18 per cycle. So I don't know, someone do the math. Gabby does math. Gabby has all the answers. I shouldn't say that. Gabby's going to get a lot of DMs. Go Gabby, go. But that's a sustainable income. You know, I was making $2,000 a week, second year into being a coach. I mean, I was hustling. I was busting my butt to do that. But you could do that. I mean, even if you did half of that in, you know, your second year as a coach, would it make a big difference in your life? Yeah. You know, you'd be somewhere a lot of people aren't even, you know, working their corporate jobs for 5 to 10 years. So it was worth it to me to bust my butt to get there. Where was I going with that? Okay, so 2-to-1 ratio, team cycle bonus, Emerald coach. You need 2 people on your team to unlock this, but don't stop at 2 people, because you know you're going to get $14 every couple weeks. Get your coaches on these calls every Tuesday, every first Tuesday of the month, and teach them how to run challenge groups, how to help people with the total body solution. You know, run the challenge groups with your coaches, lock arms, go. And, you know, because your working coaches is what's going to contribute to your volume, especially on that weak leg, because nobody's going to be adding to your weak leg except for you and your personally sponsored coaches. And I'm like getting distracted by the chat. Okay. So I'm going to stop. Well, actually, do you guys have questions about going Emerald and team cycle bonus, or anything you get stuck on when it comes to recruiting? I know there's a lot of like resources and materials in our team page that you can use that I could point out to you. In the files section, there is I think it's in the files section. There's a, like, what is coaching document? What is it called? Something like that. And it walks through, it's a generic, you know, something for our team that I made. And it walks people through the opportunity. So all those people you're talking to in your DMs, you know, when you get to that point in the conversation, like, oh my gosh, girl, we are the same person. I need you on my team. when she asks more questions, you can show her the document or him, and you can follow up. Megan, do you recommend new coaches start their own groups immediately? Yes. Yes. I think that was like the core of my success in the beginning. Like I always say this. I'm not I don't think ahead a lot of the time, which isn't always a good thing. But in that case, it was a good thing because I was so excited. I wanted to run an insanity challenge group, and I just wanted to change everyone's life with insanity. And so I set a date. It was like toward the end of the month. I signed up January 4th. It must have been like, I don't know, January 29th or something. And I literally talked to all the people about insanity. I was doing it. I didn't have stories back then, but I was posting it on my feed, talking about my fitness journey. I was just like getting the people in the insanity challenge group. And it gave me this like confidence. Confidence and accountability. Like I had set this date and I was like, oh, I gotta like put people in the group because the date is here. And so like I had that sense of urgency and they had that sense of urgency. And I was like, come on, it's so awesome. I think my energy might have overwhelmed them a little bit, but it worked. And like it just established that habit from the very beginning. And that's what led me to be an elite coach that year, was establishing the habits on my own, building the confidence right away as a new coach, really pretending like I had made it and like showing these people. And it gave me a chance also. A lot of the time I think when coaches, now my new coaches, I'm more than happy to run a group and have people add to it, but it gets hard because you lose your people and then other people lose their people and you don't become as engaged in the group. And those are the people that will make great coaches one day because they're becoming advocates of the product. And so when it's in your own little intimate environment, you really value it more, if that makes sense. So I definitely encourage new coaches to out of the gate, like grab a new coach partner and do it together. If that's a little easier. But okay, let's see. Recruiting and inviting scares me, so I'm very unsure how to start also doing challenge groups. The recruiting and inviting, again, is like, here's what you need. Some of this. And tonight, after you finish, go out there and be everyone's friend on Instagram. But seriously, that's like, you'll see in the conversations, like if you commit to having those convos, you'll see it transform into a relationship. And, just like a proposal almost, when it's right. When to say, girl, you need to do this with me. Like I can't teach it. You have to do it. You just got to go have conversations. And you know what, when you do, you guys post in the team page, be like, Megan, I'm at my proposal. I'm going to propose, cause like, I don't know. I want to celebrate with that with you too. Like it's a light bulb that goes off. You can ask Melissa, Laura, Gabby, like all these coaches on here that have been doing this a while. And you guys hit the Success Club numbers, you're helping the people, you're running the groups, ask them. There's a light bulb moment where you're like, oh, I got this. It's not scary. These are my friends and I'm asking them to join my challenge group. So yeah, I don't know. Okay. I think I don't know if I got all the best invites are with adult beverage. I'm telling you, it's because you're like bubbly, there's some energy there. You're liquid courage, baby. or energized.
There was a question, Megan, about how to start a challenge group. Somebody was
Oh.
wondering how.
Okay, so because not all of the coaches on here are my PS coaches, and I mean, okay, so I run mine through, you mean like how to actually technically set up a challenge group? Is that the question? Like through bod groups? I use bod groups to do my challenge groups. It's a requirement for elite now. And so I think it's good that everybody get in the habit of using bod groups, and Carl Deichler is like all about the bod groups. And I think there's going to be a lot of innovations and like future things that go into it with bod and body and stuff. So I think it's good to familiarize ourselves with bod groups no matter what. I know a lot of coaches on here also do Facebook groups, which is very effective too, but I just think bod groups, like just moving with the company, because the company just keeps growing. I mean, we all know this, our product library is like, oh my gosh, like hold the phone, that's a lot of stuff. So I just think it's better to be moving forward with the company and learning to love bod groups, even if you don't. But that's just on Beachbody On Demand. You go down to groups and you start a group. You'll be logged in as a coach, and it's really straightforward. It's like easier than setting up a Facebook profile. Advice for growing followers. Your activity will determine the growth of your followers. So Reels, like I said, you're getting a lot of reach with Reels because people are always scrolling through Reels. So what you could do is, I did a lot of this in the beginning. Now my Reels kind of carry me, but I would go search interests on Instagram and find other like moms who had accounts, and I'd follow them. I'd like a couple of their stuff. I'd comment on their posts. Sometimes I send them a message right off the bat, just compliment them or something. And 9 times out of 10, they follow you back and they start watching your activity. So that's good too, because Instagram, like I said, they really like it when you use all their features, and they see you as a very active account on their platform, and they'll start serving you better algorithm magic. So that's one way to grow. It's just really going out there and looking for people like you. Challenge group. Did I miss anything?
Can I answer a question that Ashley wrote to me?
Yes.
On here? I feel like it's a really good question.
Yes.
She said, it's finding people to invite. She said, I've been going through my suggestions of friends and adding people, but when is it okay to start inviting? You will know when it's time to invite someone. If you're having genuine conversations with people, you will just know when you go to do your inviting. They should just pop into your head. Or if you go and you look into your DMs and you see who you have been talking to, you'll just know. Like you'll see this person and you'll just be like, oh, and it will come so naturally. And if it doesn't come like that, you shouldn't invite them because it just will feel salesy, and we don't want that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And if you think about, like, Melissa, how many people do you talk to every day? How many new people do you talk to every day?
Well, new is at least 15.
Okay. So like you always have these crazy numbers. Like Melissa on a power hour, you can't beat her. It's like, I just invited 150. But like, if you have 15 conversations going every day, yeah, of course, some of them aren't going to get anywhere. But you know what you did do? You planted a seed. Those are the people that sign up like 6 months from now because they start watching you. Because like Brooke Anderson always says, I was watching this girl who was like jumping around, doing her workout, and I rolled my eyes and I'm like, and here you are. So like, you know, it's gonna be those people, but they'll come back. But you planted a seed. Yeah, go ahead.
And I just wanted to say that that's why adding people is so important. I feel like people get stuck with like having the same conversations, and those can get really old. You have to continue to add to your network and add to your friends list and increase the people that are watching you, or else it is going to feel like crap. I mean, like I did my power hour today. I like to invite over 25 every day, at least. And I had nobody to invite because like that's the story I was telling myself, because I had invited so many people in December for the same thing. So it was like they weren't ready for another invite. They were ready for me to check in with them and see how they're doing and how everything's going. So you have to keep adding so that you always have somebody to invite to.
Yep. Yeah, that's you and Nicole brought up a good point with like adding your friends list on Facebook, your friends of friends. Like even just the act of adding or following somebody, like people snoop. That's what people do on social media. As soon as you hit add or follow, they're going to look at your stuff. They do. And so you got to make sure that your story is painted on your feed. Like, what is this girl about? What does she do? Okay, fitness. Okay, she's kind of funny. All right, she's just a mom, you know. Okay, the last thing I wanted to cover, which I already kind of did, was Success Club. So Success Club is helping at least 3 people. It can be a new coach, a new customer, or a new preferred customer with a total body solution, which is basically all the packages in Share a Cart that include Shakeology and Beachbody On Demand, or, you know, sometimes it comes with the promo program. Job One challenge packs are what's on sale right now. Basically any product like BOD connected to a HD home direct order of our supplements, Shakeology, Performance Stack, so on and so forth, will earn you 2 Success Club points. And because you're going to help 3 people, you're going to get to Success Club 6 every month, because that will move your business forward. I promise. I've been focusing on Success Club every month with the exception of 2017. And my business, I mean, this is what I do for a living. I mean, it's kind of crazy. And all I did was focus on helping at least 3 people every month. Those people that I have conversations with every day with a challenge pack, well, a total body solution. I'm trying to get used to calling it that now. So 2 points per coach, customer, or PC, preferred customer, get to Success Club 6 every single month. And that will move your business forward. Success Club comes with a lot of benefits other than the earning. You know, well, first, let's talk about the earning. Like if you're helping 3 people, if you help 3 people in your first month as a coach, you get your Shakeology paid for. Like that in itself should be enough motivation to hit Success Club in your first month, because I don't want to pay for my Shakeology. Like that's awesome. And then, you know, their Shakeology orders are going out. So you're getting that income every month. And when you're helping 3 additional people every month, that's just, you know, income that's going into your bank account. I see all of my extroverts in the chat saying the trips. Yes, you get to go on the Success Club trip, which you don't look. Those of you that aren't going, I'm not trying to make you jealous or create the FOMO, but you're going to be really sad you're not there in March. So you got to hit Success Club, and you have to come on the trip next year, this year, get off the wait list. You got to go. You will see. You will see why you have to go. Unless you're Canadian. Oh, Nicole, you know what? When you bust out of Canada, you and a couple others, we're just going to do like special trip for Canadians. I can see it already. Special retreat for Canadians. Yeah, you get prizes. Beachbody sends these really incredible prizes every quarter. It's like tiers, like 3, 6, something like that. 3 months, 6 months. I forget. You know what? Melissa should talk prizes, because Melissa will go to the end of the earth to do anything for a bobblehead. So yes, Success Club comes with a lot of benefits because you are being rewarded. Get this, you're being rewarded for helping somebody with a total body solution. So like they're winning and we're winning. It's like the best incentive program ever. I mean, basically. So yeah, help. And you know what? Sometimes when you hit Success Club, you also sign 2 coaches. That could be your Emerald goal for the month. So go Emerald every month and hit Success Club amongst that as well. I think I pretty much covered it. I don't like to go into my new coach get started calls back in 2015 were like an hour and a half long, because I go into like how to place your coaches and this and that. What I want you to do, you guys, this week, because you're all going to go out and find 2 people to add to your team, is contact me or your upline Diamond or Star Diamond and say, hey, I need help. I'm getting ready to sign my 2 coaches. Can we hop on a Zoom call? And can you show me the back office? So I know how to set preferred placement and you know, have your upline walk you through that. If you are an upline with new coaches on this call and you have no idea how to walk someone through that, that's what I'm for. Like that's the kind of team I that's like the vision I have for us, really. We got to use each other more. We didn't do enough of that last year. So hit me up when you're like, Megan, help. I have a coach. I need to sign up. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But I think that's the best way to learn it, is to hop on, visually see it. And that way, me or Melissa, Laura, like all these coaches that have been around that have great teams, big teams, they can show you, you know, who you say, okay, I have my mom who's not going to build a business, and then I have my rock star neighbor who is ready to run with this. Where do I put which one? Like, what's the best building strategy? We can show you how to place, you know, people based off of that. Now, sometimes mom becomes the rock star coach and rock star neighbor doesn't really go anywhere with it. So it's a little bit of a gamble, but it's just easier for us to walk you through that than you be overwhelmed right now. Like right now, your mission, your assignment, your everything is to go help 3 people and start a challenge group. Go set a date for your challenge group and put 3 people in it. That's it. Every month. Everything else we'll figure out along the way. But that's how you run this business. That's how you turn it into 6 figures. It is. I don't have like a really motivational outro for you guys, but I can answer more questions if you want me to. Or Melissa, you guys, I keep saying Melissa because you're like right there, right here. If you guys want to jump in, I know you guys have coaches on this? Anything you want to add?
The only thing that I wanted to add is, and I think this really might be helpful for a newer coach, is the way that coaching has helped me so much in my life. Take away the business, take away everything that it's helped me with. When I finally decided just to be a friend to people, like that this meant that I was the best friend to people. That was where I saw so many benefits of my life. It meant connecting to people. So before coaching, right? I'd log on to Facebook and I would see my friend list of people that I never talked to. And coaching, what it allowed me to do was talk to the people on my friends list. So that meant reconnecting with old friends. It meant restarting relationships with people that maybe I wasn't even friends with, really. Like maybe it's somebody from high school who I didn't even have a connection with that I developed this relationship with. And it made me be a really good friend. And so I use like a system that helps me remember to talk to people. And that doesn't just help me with when to invite. It helps me with, oh, my friend has cancer and I'm going to check in with my friend to see how they're doing and see how I can best support them. My friend is going through a divorce, so I'm going to check in with her and see how she's holding up. So it's not just business related. It's really truly being the best friend that you can be to people, checking in with them and seeing how they're doing. And when you really like have that on your heart, like I need to just see how this person's doing, I think that's where we make an impact in people's lives, because we're just there for them with whatever they need. It could be a fitness program. It could be just a, hey, how are you doing? I'm thinking about you. So I just wanted to share that with you guys.
That's so true. I'm just reading the chat. I see those of y'all with wine. I'm telling you, now you are an inviting machine. It's true.
Everybody should have a bod group, even if you have a Facebook group. You need to have your own bod group so that you have a place that when you hit Success Club and you get these free leads from Beachbody, they can go in their app and see that you have a place for them to join right off the bat. And you're going to have people who get off social media, who aren't on it in the first place. And some people are going to naturally gravitate towards bod groups, even if you're on Facebook. So it's a good way, even if you're using your uplines group, to start taking a little bit of ownership of your own space and letting the people using that group see you as like the leader of that group. In my group, I have a lot of coaches on this call, which is awesome, but we've played around with taking turns being the one posting in the Facebook group and stuff, because your people are going to see your content more when you're posting more. So I really don't want to say it because I don't want my people to leave my group. You're not leaving it, but you just have to think, if I was a challenger and I came into this group, but like the only time my coach is posting just like a challenger too, you know what I mean? Like at some point you're going to start getting that feeling, that not the tension. It's a good thing. That's called growth, and it's stretching, and it's like, oh, like I love this space and it's safe and comfortable, but like I'm also kind of feeling this pull to maybe put my own spin on this because, you know, for example, you might be in a group that's really faith-based, but maybe you're kind of like, I mean, I don't want everything to be warm fuzzy and about Jesus, or it's the opposite. Maybe you want more warm fuzzy faith-based stuff, and it's not really, you know, you're going to start finding ways you think that you can add more value. That's going to maybe speak to your people more, and they want to see that from you too. So I don't know. I'm like Megan, I'll start rambling, but it's a good place to start is having your own bod group for people to join. And you might start finding that, you know, a Facebook group with your upline can kind of be your mixed pot. And then your bod group might get niched down. I'm going to call out like Ryan. She's an active military mama. And like, I see a big opportunity with stuff like that, that only people that are in your shoes understand the moves and the transfers and the schooling. And I mean, just all the things that come with it. And so having like that very specific group of people that are surrounded with people with that very specific niche, would probably appreciate having that place. And I know that niches people down, but then you have your uplines group if you know you've come across people who don't quite fit that. But those are just some ideas. So if you're feeling like I don't know how to run my own group or do this, you know, just try your bod group and just kind of play with it. Just experiment with it. You can't mess it up. And there are people who prefer that over the general Facebook group. They prefer to just log their stuff. They don't, on Facebook, they see us posting our sweaty selfies and our videos, and they're like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. Like, I just want to be like, I did my workout, and that's okay. So that's what I would start with. That's a good way to jump in without feeling like, oh gosh, I just, you know, I'm all on my own. Like, start your bod group and, you know, just log your workouts and encourage people who post in there organically and see how it goes.
That's a good point. Like the majority of my people just log their stuff. You can't do that on Facebook. And, you know, I know that's just like a really small activity, but at least it gives you the opportunity to go through and see who is doing something so that you can be like, hey, you know, follow up with them on Facebook. Hey, good job on completing 10 rounds today. You know, let's talk about coaching, or did you know you can get a discount or whatever. You know, that's another invite opportunity for your customers, challengers. Say something else, I forget. Forgot. Melissa had a really good idea. Since this is gonna go, so we're gonna do new coach get started right call, led by me, or I mean, it doesn't have to be me. It can be like, you know, some of our Star Diamond coaches in the downline every first Tuesday of the month. But we recognize the top recruiters of the month at the end of the month, and Melissa came up with the idea that maybe our top recruiter could host these get started right calls with one of the Star Diamonds. Not necessarily like hosting, or maybe you do want to host, but just interview style, because it's so helpful to hear from someone other than me. Because y'all get sick of me. I know it. I know you're nice and you won't say it out loud, but I know you're sick of me. So, but no, I'm kidding. But it'll be good, I don't know, it'll be good to hear different perspectives and different levels and stuff like that. So you love listening to me? Aw, thanks. It's the wine talking, it's not me. All right, that's it for me. If you guys don't have any more questions, this will be, I guess, just up in the team page.